Sorry, my bad. Thank you. Good
Yeah,
work.
I've done this before. It's okay.
Well, I'm glad we got
All right.
there. It's even better in the room.
Okay, so we still have the appropriate screen up as our first as a first we're taping, right? I've tried to take post to live stream. Are we broadcasting the correct image?
You'll want
Yeah,
to
which image is
It's the
the
that
one?
is temple.
Yeah, you should be broadcast for the room.
And you'll want to use those pictures up.
Just wander.
That's Eric's laptop.
He just said broadcast the room. Did not want me to
Oh, it's the slide room, yeah.
Right now, so
stop the video on this device.
Oh, yeah, for your, yeah.
Why is the slide connection taking up the whole screen?
Yeah, that's
you
what
need to slide it over. Go to speaker view, not standard. And then you want to drag the line over.
so we can see that.
Drag that over so they're more equal picture size. There you go.
I think that's just for my video.
Okay, so is that what's streaming now?
Should be.
Yes, that's what's.
That's what YouTube is seeing?
Yes.
You're already unmuted.
I'm gonna let people in.
And to her we shall return like a drop of rain. That first line. Into the ocean, we all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Inanna. Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali. One more time. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. Hello, my friends. Sorry for the late beginning. We're still working out all the technical bugs, those technical bugs. And we're still working out the technical bugs. Anyway, I'd like to begin by acknowledging that I and you, we are all on the unceded ancestral lands of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish, past and present, and we honor with gratitude the Duwamish people and the land and that original tribe. And from this place, I want to welcome you all. And by all, I mean all the people who are here in this room, everybody who hopefully is watching the live stream on YouTube or on our Zoom, in a Zoom meeting, and to all of those in the future who are listening to the podcast. I'm so welcome that you are here. You are so welcome, and I am so grateful that you are here. All over Mother Earth, wherever it is that you are, if you are tuning in because you honor Mother Earth, you are in the right place. Because here is where we tend to our hearts and our minds and our spirits with food for thought and deep reflection on the condition of our souls and to strengthen our faith. I'm Reverend Judith, and I am so honored that you've chosen to spend an hour or so of your time with me here and this loving community in Gaia's temple. So I'm going to invite our board president, Reverend Karina Frenzel, to come on up and make a few announcements for us. You know, what would a worship service be without announcements? I don't know. Thank you, Karina. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Why
Are you
don't you
okay
take
if I
the mic
move
off
this?
and
Okay.
you can just put it.
There. Okay. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So just a few announcements. First and foremost, follow us on our social media outlets. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can keep in touch virtually, and like us and follow us on Facebook. Our next Sabbath is Imbolc, and we will be celebrating it in person on Saturday, January 28th from 7 to 9 p.m. It'll be in the smaller room next door, Threadgood Hall, and that will be from 7 to 9 p.m. again on January 28th. We are still looking for ritualists, so if you'd like to help us co-create this ritual with us, please reach out to either Reverend Judith or me, and we have a planning meeting set up, which will be virtual on Tuesday, January 17th from 7 to 9. So if you're interested, please reach out. If you're interested in Bridget and want to know more about becoming one of her flame keepers, I'll be hosting my next Bridget's Flame workshop later on in this month. We have two options for you. One is in person, which will be on Saturday, January 21st from 1 to 3 p.m. And the deadline to register for that class is this Friday, January 12th. I also have a virtual option, which will be held on Thursday, January 26th from 7 to 9 p.m. And the deadline to register for that is Thursday, January 12th. And for all you gardeners out there, spring is almost in the air, and we will have a seed exchange next month at our February service. If you collect seeds that you wish to share, please bring them in a baggie labeled with the type of seed, and if they are organic, heirloom, or hybrid. We'll also provide envelopes for you to take some seeds and label them and take them home with you. For further information on everything that I spoke about today, you could check out our networking table out there in the lobby, or check out our website, www.guystemple.org. All right. Back to you, Reverend Judith.
Thank you so very much. Thanks, Karina. Excellent job. Yay, announcements. Okay, so we're going to get the energy moving a little bit, and we're going to, you know what? I realize I don't have the When You're Magic on here because I was going from a template last January when we weren't meeting in person. I'm not sure exactly when that happens, but let's do it right now. So for any of you who are born in the month of January, come on up to the front of the room. We're going to start to see, are there any January birthdays here? There's no Capricorns here today. Oh, Dane, you might have to come up and come. No, he's otherwise engaged. Let's sing it through anyway, shall we? Just because. When You're Magic. You know what? Last month, no, keep going. Yeah, we're going to sing. Last month, I didn't get to go through. So, come on. When you're magic, anything can happen. When you're magic, you're a shining star. Listen to the moonlight, call your name. You know who you are. Believe in magic, let it carry you to wonders near and far. Love is magic, love is true, love is who you are. When you're magic, anything can happen when you're magic. You're a shining star, listen to the moonlight, call your name. You know who you are. Thank you. Oh, that felt so good. It's a little blessing. All right, well, we got some energy moving, certainly, but let's do it a little bit more by singing the song, and Eric will put the lyrics up on there for us. The next slide. A lot of you know this song. If not, it's pretty simple, and you'll catch on. Got to catch my breath from running through. Here we go. Ancient Mother, hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your voice. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I dry your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your voice. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I dry your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your voice. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I dry your tears. Lovely. Let's continue on with creating our sacred space. So if you would, go ahead, close your eyes and go within. Let's take a nice deep breath together and call ourselves fully present to this moment. Boy, and I'm talking to myself when I say that. Oh, all the pieces and parts of us distracted, in our future, stuck in our past, anywhere else but right here, right now. Ask that part of you to return. Breathe into that presence. And on your next exhale, go ahead and ground yourself to the earth by imagining a line of energy extending from the base of your spine straight downward, through the chair that you are seated in, through the floor, through the foundation of the building, deep into Mother Earth. Feel as she opens to receive your taproot and send it down, deep and deeper and even more deeply, until your taproot drops down to exactly where it needs to be for you to feel grounded and deeply connected to Mother Earth. And from that place, send out smaller little branches, reaching out, taking hold, little rootlets, connecting to the mycelium that connects all of us and everything beneath the surface of the planet. Breathing life into all of those roots and rootlets, begin to draw the energy of Mother Earth up now, into those roots, into your main taproot, drawing it up, up, up. And know that what you're drawing up is her strength and her beauty and her nourishment and her sustenance and all the wonderful things that Mother Earth provides for us. Draw that up, draw that in. And keep drawing it all the way up until she arrives there at your chest and into your heart. And when she arrives in your heart once more, take a deep breath to make more room for her. And leaving the energy of Mother Earth there in your heart, look to the heavens now, and she is just waning after that full moon on Friday. She is in Leo today, and draw that warm, radiant, lovely, mystical moon down onto you and into you, and feel her enter into your crown and draw her down through your head, through your neck, into your chest as she makes her way into your heart. Leaving the moon and the earth there, look to the heavens once more and find the Capricorn sun, earthy, grounded, strong, in for the long haul, longevity, and ambition of Capricorn. Let's draw that down. On the golden light of the sun, entering in through our head, making his way all the way into your heart, so that now the earth, the moon, and the sun reside there. And in a moment, we'll take a deep breath together. And this time when we exhale, let's imagine that we can use that exhalation to push these three cosmic energies straight forward outside of your body. We'll imagine it swirling all around us in this beautiful sanctuary, creating our safe and sacred space. Here we go. Deep breath. And out it goes. In this way, we say we have stepped between the worlds. What is between the worlds is not affected by the worlds, but can heal and transform. And so we say our circle is cast in perfect love and perfect trust. Blessed be. Blessed be. All right, Pam's going to come on up here now and light the candles, starting the north is on the left-hand side, as we sing in the elements, and we're going to sing them with a little bit more vitality than we usually have been doing. We've been dirging it out now. We're going to... So, to the spirits of the earth, the powers that reside in the north. Spirits of the earth, carry me. Spirits of the earth, carry me home. Spirits of the earth, carry me home to my heart. And to air in the east. Spirits of the air, carry me. Spirits of the air, carry me home. Spirits of the air, carry me home to my heart. To the fire in the south. Spirits of the fire, carry me. Spirits of the fire, carry me home. Spirits of the fire, carry me home to my heart. Water in the west. Spirits of the water, carry me. Spirits of the water, carry me home. Spirits of the water, carry me home to my heart. And to spirit of the center. Spirits of the center, carry me. Spirits of the center, carry me home. Spirits of the center, carry me home to my heart. Thank you, Pam. And we'll put the words to the invocation up. Eric will put that up for us. The words to the invocation, and we'll all read it together today. Are they up there? No, I'm up there. There we go. Here we go. Great Mother of all life, be with us. Fierce, protective Mother of the children of the world, be with us. Goddess of love who brings peace, be with us. Today, we seek to emulate your spirit of inclusive love. Be with us. In our souls, we call for armistice. Be with us. We lay down our arms in a spiritual ceasefire. Be with us. We open our hearts wide with love and become peace. Be with us. We gather on this fine day to be in your presence. Be with us. Blessed be. Blessed be indeed. And now I'm realizing this is usually when we do the When You're Magic. So next month we will have it in the right order. All right, we will begin the podcast now. Excellent. So I didn't write this as part of the service, but I have to tell you that yesterday we had the Gaia's Temple Board Retreat, and we did our review of everything, and we did our strategic planning for the year ahead, and I'm very excited for what we have in store. We've got all of the Sabbaths, we've got some great classes, we've got some great ideas, and just in case you were worried or wondering, Gaia's Temple is in very good hands. We've got smart, capable people who are completely dedicated to our mission in the world, and it just was lovely to be together and, eat amazing food, which is really important at a board retreat. Yes, there's strategic planning. Yes, we have to look at the financials, but, lunch and dinner. Okay, so, on my recent pilgrimage to Crete, I met many new women and a few wonderful men who attended the International Convocation of Priestesses to support the raising of the mother world, which I talked about a little bit last month, but in case you weren't here or didn't see it, the concept of the mother world is to shift the paradigm from the hierarchies that we know, which go like this in a pyramid, right? The few on the top at the expense of everybody else on the bottom, to a circle model where those who have the most need are centralized, and everyone in the circle with the resources helps those who are in most need first, so that they are strengthened, they become part of the circle, and we keep tending to those with need, as opposed to stepping on those with need to get higher and higher. That's the paradigm shift that we convocated for, to raise the mother world. So it was extraordinary and amazing and really wonderful and beautiful, and everyone should do it. And one of the benefits that you come away after a gathering such as this is a whole bunch of new friends on social media. And one of them was Rose, the beautiful drummer, one of the beautiful drummers from the Netherlands. And she posted a YouTube video shortly after we got back by a woman who put out a call for submissions for a music video that she is making. And it struck a very deep chord within me when I watched it, and I thought, Gaia's Temple should participate in this. Submit a video recording of us singing the chorus of her song, which is called War is Not a Woman's Game. Her name is Yael Deckelbaum. She is a platinum award-winning Israeli-Canadian singer-songwriter and activist who really gained notoriety when in 2016, we remember how significant that year was in our history, her song, Prayer of the Mothers, originally written to support the women wage peace movement, went viral on social media. And it just kind of, she plunged into the spotlight this way. Prayer of the Mothers is a gorgeous video, and it's of Israeli and Palestinian women coming together for the sake of their children and the world they want their children to live safely in and into the future. They are women who are tossing aside the man-made borders and stepping into their power to wage peace. It's a magnificent song, and the video just, made me weep. Now, Yael has come out with another song called War is Not a Woman's Game, which is wonderful, and she's asking folks to submit a video recording of us, or whoever, singing it, singing the chorus part, to use in the new music video that she's making. So I thought, that would be a great little thing to do, and a good way to start 2023 with the theme of peace. And I had so much trouble. I don't have a theme for the whole year. Like last year, I did Revolutionary Love for the whole year. I don't have a whole yearly theme. But I did think that starting 2023, Shunning War, was a good way to start. And I had a lot of trouble finding a title for this service because I knew I wanted it to be about peace. And then it was like, peace on earth and being peace, and we want to be peaceful. Nothing really buzzed. So then I looked up peace in the thesaurus just to see what was there, and armistice came up. It was like ding, 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 ding. So the definition of armistice is this: it's an agreement made by opposing sides in a war to stop fighting. Sometimes that's just for a period of time, but it's an agreement on both sides. We're going to stop fighting. It's an agreement for the cessation of active hostilities. The stis part in armistice is the same stis as in solstice. It means stop. So arms are the weapons. Armistice, we're going to stop using our weapons. We're going to stop fighting. Now arms, as in weapons, comes from the Latin word arma, which means tools of war. And I can't help but feel that they came from our arms, because that's what we use when we wield weapons. And it's arma, A-R-M-A, and so of course it's not a very big leap from that to armor, which is what we put on to protect ourselves. And it made me think about that, about how we feel this great need to protect ourselves constantly. Now, we are living in a culture of fear. We are sold fear, fed fear, indoctrinated into fear, and we feel the need to protect ourselves, especially at this time in our world and in our history, a time of such unrest and uncertainty. Like, that's what we want to do, is protect ourselves because we don't know what's coming at us. The need that we feel to have is for the tools of war, so that we are prepared and we are protected. And this is the whole arms race and accumulating it. Now, the arms are not just the guns, although they surely are, but I'm not going to go there too much. What I want to talk today is sort of our spiritual armor, which is often comprised of either our feelings of superiority, right? That sort of spiritual bypassing, I'm a spiritual person, I'm better than you, right? It's our thoughts, it's our feelings, it's our intentions that are also used as weapons. They're used as ammunition. That comes in how we think about others, how we think about besting others, how our lives are lived in competition with others, how we become jealous of other people's good fortune, how we want to win all the time, how we strategize to ensure we come out on top. All of these are weapons of war. It's not so hard to pinpoint or notice because it's happening inside our heads or our hearts, and it's not active hostility, it's kind of passive-aggressive hostility, but make no mistake, it's war. This is the pathology, I think, of late-stage or end-stage capitalism that only rewards those who comply with its rules of acquisition and ownership. That's the motivation. Acquisition, I get more, I own it, I'm powerful, I'm in power. So what we need to do, us spiritual warriors, and I didn't want to use the word warrior there, but us spiritual people, we need to create the counterculture to this, and we need to live that counterculture, to think for ourselves, to not just buy it because we're hearing it or we're seeing it constantly, to really hone our critical thinking skills. Does this apply to me? Do I want to live that way? Do I really need to buy that thing in order to, we have to think that way, to question the need for constant protection, because what protection does, in addition to protecting us, of course, is that it cuts us off. It cuts us off from being compassionate, and it cuts us off from our shared humanity, which, as we know, is often flawed, right? Because humans are flawed. Can I get a blessed be? We need to create the counterculture to this culture of being fed fear, 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 fear. Because when we armor, what we're doing is we're shutting down our hearts because we want to deny our vulnerability. We don't want to be vulnerable because we think being vulnerable means that we are a target. And if we believe that fear is right action, we are always going to be a target. So when I was thinking about vulnerability, I thought, it's been a long time since I've watched that Brené Brown TED Talk on vulnerability. So I went and I watched it again. She's so good. If you haven't watched it, do. And one of the things that she said, which is a lot of what I've already been talking about, is that the only way to stay in connection with other human beings is by being vulnerable, by allowing ourselves to be real and just exactly who we are, which is not always perfect and in power and protected, right? To keep our hearts open. And then, Brené is she's a research scientist, she's always doing the research and always doing a million studies. And she said what she found is that the people who have an easier time of remaining vulnerable and unprotected are those who believe they are worthy. They are worthy. Worthiness is a spiritual principle, right? We are inherently worthy simply by the fact that we exist. Now, many, if not most of us, come from those Judeo-Christian religions that tell us we are not worthy, and in fact rely on us being unworthy and guilty to keep us under their thumb and in power, and them in power, and keep us unempowered. So reclaiming that we are worthy by virtue of the fact that we are here, just like everything else is here, This drum is not worthier than we are. It's no less worthy than we are. It exists just like I do, just like you do, just like this building does, just like the air does. It's all inherently worthy. Who gets to decide what is enough? Who measures what's enough? Who do we give the power to decide if we are enough? We need to reclaim that for ourselves. So she found that people who can stay vulnerable live happier lives, even though they might be a little riskier, because they are deeply connected, because they're not shut off. And they're not shut off because they don't buy into the fact that life is one fear after another and they are unsafe. It's like a mindset, but it's also a spiritual principle that we can adapt and adopt and practice. And of course, I highly recommend that we do. So, as we explored in our work with Revolutionary Love, if you followed along last year virtually, there are indeed times to fight for what we want and what is necessary in the ongoing work for justice in this world. But that doesn't mean we walk around fully armed all the time, just in case. Always looking behind our shoulder, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm so weary of living like that. You know, it's exhausting. And it doesn't put us in the right place, and it doesn't create a counterculture. It's feeding into the culture that we already are in, that we do not like, and we do not want, and also is unnecessary in many cases. To create this different way, it requires us to examine and explore and enact peaceful means to create a culture of peace, to be peace, so that we can have it. So I'm going to ask you, if you would, once more to close your eyes and go within. I'm going to lead you on a very brief little meditation today. And go ahead and find your grounding cord deep in the earth once more. Find your roots and make sure you are deeply connected there. And then bring your attention to your third eye in the center of your forehead. Imagine it like an actual eye, just like your other two. Go ahead and open it up, look out through it, and find yourself walking away from a fight. Some fight or conflict you have had with someone or something at some time in your life. And now, whether this was years ago or more recently, now there are probably many times when you have fought, but choose one, and I would recommend that you start with a conflict that wasn't the worst one you've ever experienced. Like, take a moment now to find maybe something that was annoying or marginally upsetting, but take a moment to bring a fight that you had to mind now and see yourself walking away from it. Now notice that now that you've had this fight at the forefront of your consciousness, notice the armor that you are wearing. And that could be actual armor like chainmail. Or maybe you were in the military or the police force or in public service of some kind that required you to bear arms or to mitigate conflict. So you might be having some of that armor. Or maybe it's your metaphorical armor, like your violent thoughts about that person or holding the grudge as you walk away. Notice the armor that you are wearing to protect your pained heart. Notice what it is and notice what it feels like. Good. Now remember what we just contemplated. That armor, while it may keep us safe, also keeps us cut off and disconnected. It keeps us separate. And often we keep our armor on even when we are no longer in need of it. So you might have needed it in the moment of that conflict or fight. But now that you are walking away, you don't need it any longer. So notice how constricting it is, or has been. How low level and energy draining it is to walk around wearing or thinking that armor. How difficult it is to hang on to it and to keep it going. And now notice how much you wish to be free of it. To be free to come into present time unencumbered. How much you wish to shed your armor like a snake sheds her skin. Now, you might notice a bit of reticence about doing so because you know that without armor, you are more vulnerable. But you also know that being vulnerable means being open again, open-hearted, truly courageous. Not the kind of courage you find when you feel invincible, but the kind of courage you find when love is active in your heart. Now, you may still not love the one you are fighting with, but you love yourself enough to drop your weapons and enter a state of peace. And so now you realize you are strong enough without your armor, that you don't need it, and that the best thing you can do is call an armistice. And so go ahead now and lay your arms down. Imagine that's exactly what you do. Take your armor, whether real or metaphoric, and take it off and lay it on the ground. Drop it there, leave it there, and keep walking. And as you walk away, you feel free, light, and surprisingly happy, which tells you that it was the right thing to do. No more war in this ancient fight. Armistice takes faith, and you have faith. So then go ahead and breathe deeply once more, and gently bring yourself back here. It does take courage to do this. It's worth a try. So the name of this song by Yael Deckelbaum that we're going to teach you the chorus of and then we're going to sing in a moment is called War is Not a Woman's Game. Like I said, it arises from the women stepping up to wage peace. And in the call for the submissions for the video clip, Yael says, and this is a quote, "For too many years, we have been collaborating with the patriarchal narrative, believing that armies and bombs keep us safe. For too long, we have been stripped of our liberty by the story of separation. This is not our language. This is not our way. It's time for the givers of life to protect it." I couldn't agree more. So Pam's going to teach us the chorus to the song, and then we're going to sing it through a bunch of times. And the plan that I kind of have, the loose plan that I have, is that we'll learn it this month, so we kind of get a little bit of rehearsal in, and then next month we'll video it. Anybody who wants to participate can come to the front of the room, and we'll video it, and we'll submit the clip, and who knows, maybe we'll get in, maybe we don't, but why not? All right, take it away, Pam.
All right. Okay, so the words are whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 mama. Whoa, 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 papa. War is not a woman's game. And I'm going to sing a line, and then you echo me. So, like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, mama, whoa, whoa, papa.
Papa.
War is not a woman's game.
War is not a woman's game.
Okay, let's do it all together. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, mama, whoa, whoa, papa. War is not a woman's game. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, mama, whoa, whoa, papa. War is not a
pick up the tempo a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, mama, whoa, whoa. Papa, war is not a woman's game. Put your hands together. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, mama, whoa, whoa. Papa, war is not a woman's game. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, mama, whoa, whoa. Papa, war is not a woman's game. One more time, like you mean it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, mama, whoa. War is not a woman's game. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for all singing that. I just loved it. So here's the thing, my friends. The way to protect our children is to dismantle the story that tells us that war is necessary. Dismantle that story that tells us that war is necessary. Dismantle the system that gives rise to despots and tyrants who wage war, who cling to the notion that power will make them better than anyone, than everyone else. To dismantle the war within ourselves that follows suit. And that, of course, is where we start, right? We want to wage peace within ourselves. We want to stop warring with ourselves. We want to stop tearing ourselves down and insulting ourselves, which we do constantly. We're not this enough, we're not that enough, we're not thin enough, we're not fat enough, we're not rich enough, we're not smart enough, you name it. You name it. The outfit I'm wearing is not black enough. It's ridiculous. But it just keeps going. And until we bring our minds to that, and notice it, and that can be exhausting too, because you realize, my God, I just told myself to stop that 2 seconds ago, and I'm doing it again. But it does get easier the more you do it. It's worth the effort. Now, as you know, this is a temple for the goddess. Gaia's temple is a house of worship for the divine feminine, a place where the culture of honoring women, mothers, and their children, and the earth itself are cherished as precious and revered as divine. She is the great mother, and all mothers give birth to everyone, regardless of their gender or gender identity. Goddess worship is inclusive, and unlike what the patriarchy does, it does not discriminate based on sex or gender identity, which means that those of the male persuasion are cherished as precious too, which does not happen to women in a patriarchy. We are not considered precious and revered. I've said this time and time again, and of course it bears repeating. Everyone suffers under patriarchy. Women certainly have, by being stripped of our rights of sovereignty and autonomy, and men have also been conditioned to believe that they must suppress their emotions and needs in order to appear tough and strong. Oh, what a lethal combination that is. Look where it's gotten us. Now, I do believe that more women in leadership is a really good idea, but women must also do our work to make sure that we don't emulate the thinking and policies that brought us here. We have also been entrained, and we perpetrate it on others just as easily. That we don't copy how patriarchy has been leading for thousands of years, and that is not easy to do. Not just in this life have we been entrained, but if you, like me, believe in reincarnation, this is something that's been happening for centuries and centuries, and most likely lifetimes after lifetime. So it's deep in ourselves. Now, I am not suggesting that women be in charge simply because of their sex. Women stepping up into leadership, I think, is a good idea because they differ from what is in place right now. And any difference, I think, is a good way to go, a good way to start. I think women in general, because they are the life bearers, they have a little foresight into the future. They're not so short-sighted about only what they can get now. They look a little bit longer. They work with the children of the world in mind. Women in general tend to one another instead of trying to annihilate them. To uplift the mother world instead of trying to get ahead just themselves. Women have so much to offer in our weary world, so much that's been hidden, suppressed, not acknowledged, so much skill and intelligence and heart, and probably best of all, resilience. And we sure need that now. What would benefit the world most, I think, is if each of us put into practice being peace. And here are some ways to do that. And I know that none of this is news to you. It certainly is nothing that I haven't said before. But as we begin 2023, I'm going to put it out there again. A way to putting peace into practice, a way to putting peace, wow. A way to put peace into practice is what I meant to say, is first offer the benefit of the doubt. Just offer the benefit of the doubt. If it happens again, you realize, okay, I'm not going to doubt this, I learned my lesson, okay. But offer the benefit of the doubt, because often we, the gavel comes down guilty before we really know the whole situation. Offer the benefit of the doubt. Offer grace. Someone just said pudding. Okay, that's all right. We're going to just give them a little grace. They tripped over their own tongue. Doesn't make them a bad person, doesn't make them stupid, doesn't make them all the things that we judge them to be. Offer some grace. Someone needs to walk a little slower. Someone's racing onto the freeway. Someone hung up on you by mistake. Someone butt called you in the middle of the night. Offer some grace. Not feeling the need to call out every mistake we notice. Oh my goodness. I just find myself the self-appointed grammar police, the editor police. People write things and post things and they don't have the right punctuation or it's misspelled. I mean, I could spend my entire life correcting people on that. And I do it myself too, so whether it is. But anyway, don't really feel the need to call out someone. So just last week, I did some shopping at Costco. And when you leave Costco, you have to show them the receipt, and they pretend to look at everything that you read, and they go like this, and you go through. It's like this. They slow you down at the door. I'm not sure what it is. And so I was walking along with my carton, and a woman comes up to my left and is edging in front of me. And, so I want to do that, right? But I don't. I slow down and I let her go because really, it's a Costco shopping day. Where am I going? Where do I have to get to in a hurry? And maybe she is in a hurry and like that. And the interesting thing is that the guy at the door came around her cart and took my receipt first. And 10 years ago I would have gone, as I walked out. But I didn't. Don't feel the need to point out everybody's mistake and transgression. Remember, wounded people wound people. It doesn't make it okay that they're wounding people, but it might help you find some compassion and understanding for why it's happening. And in that few seconds of just remembering, right, that person is wounded, that's why they're doing this horrible thing, you can put your armor down. And of course, then there's working for justice. And that doesn't have to be social activism. That can just be fair and generous in our own lives and in our own relationships. You can find a million examples of what that's like. Yes, pick up his socks. Who cares? Hang up the coat. Do the extra load of laundry. Wash the coffee cup. Who cares? Instead of making that the thing, right, which wages war. And, it just brings us back to that whole butterfly thing, right? A butterfly flaps its wings and there's a tsunami on the other side of the world. We can only influence our immediate sphere of influence. If we create peacefulness and grace and offering there, that's going to trickle out. I promise you it's going to trickle out. Sometimes creating peace in the world feels impossible. We feel small and we feel ineffective. It is so big and so overwhelming that we can get so daunted by the enormity of the state of the world, and this can erode our faith. But this is why we must remember that everything that we do, even in this little circle right here, is creating an energetic, and that energetic reads out beyond. So every act of generosity and kindness, compassion and healing and loving makes a difference, and it makes a big difference, not just a small difference, it makes a big one. We might not see that difference right in the moment, but we're making it. And so we might not be able to affect beyond our sphere of influence, but we do have our sphere of influence, and we should be 100% fully empowered to affect it in a peaceful way. And so that is a cue for a song.
Our next rehearsal is for the chorus of this beautiful song written by Shauna Carroll, our dear departed friend. And as before, I'll sing a line, you echo me, so you learn the chorus, and then we'll just do it. And I hope that you sing with us. The words are, I can be peace. It's the one thing I can do. Oh, they're up there. Mm-hmm. All right, I won't even say the words. I'll sing a line, you echo me. I can be peace. It's the one thing I can do. You. I can be peace. It's the one thing I can do. And if everybody tries it, we'll have peace before we're through. And if everybody tries it, we'll have peace before we're through. I can be kind to my family. I can be kind to my family and offer up a smile to the strangers that I see. And offer up a smile to the strangers that I see. I can be peace. Here you go. I can be peace. Like that, beautiful. Oh, let's do the whole thing. I can be peace. It's the one thing I can do. And if everybody tries it, we'll have peace before we're through. I can be kind to my family and offer up a smile to the strangers that I see. I can be peace. All right, so here we're going to go from the beginning. Listen to the radio talking about war in Ukraine and Yemen. What can I do about it? Stuck here in a traffic jam. I imagined a little boy dying in his mother's arms. What can I do to keep that child from harm? I can be peace. It's the one thing I can do. And if everybody tries it, we'll have peace before we're through. I can be kind to my family and offer up a smile to the strangers that I see. I can be peace. Turned on the TV to watch my favorite show. They said, we interrupt this program. We thought you'd like to know. A crazy gunman shot 20 in a mall. What can I do? How can I stop it all? I can be peace. It's the one thing I can do. And if everybody tries it, we'll have peace before we're through. I can be kind to my family and offer up a smile to the strangers that I see. I can be peace. No, I'm not a billionaire. I don't know the president. Got no friends in Congress. Work hard to pay the rent. But I got a power and it can set me free. It's the love in my heart. No one can take it away from me. I can be peace. It's the one thing I can do. And if everybody tries it, we'll have peace before we're through. I can be kind to my family and offer up a smile to the strangers that I see. I can be peace. One more time. I can be peace. It's the one thing I can do. And if everybody tries it, we'll have peace before we're through. I can be kind to my family and offer up a smile to the strangers that I see. I can be peace.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Robin. What a beautiful song. You know that one line, I can be kind to my family? That sometimes can be the greatest challenge. Well, my friends, so those are your walking papers for 2023. Let's see how we can be peace as much as we possibly can and strengthen our sphere of influence so that it connects to the next one, to the next. And let's wage peace this year, shall we? Good idea. Very good idea there, Reverend Judith. I like it. So every January that we have been together in person, we have a tradition of inducting new official members of Gaia's Temple, and Laura Burt is going to be inducted today. We have a very simple but beautiful ceremony that I'll describe to you, and then we'll do it. And so becoming an official member of Gaia's Temple is an expression of one's commitment to walk the path of the divine feminine together, a path of honoring nature and further developing compassion and relatedness. And there are two requirements to becoming an official member in Gaia's Temple. One is making a financial pledge in our annual campaign, which actually begins today. And that can be any pledge of whatever of your choosing. There's no required amount. You decide what it is, but it is a pledge that you make so that we know that you are invested in the ministry on some level, on the financial level. And then to participate in this ceremony so that you are witnessed by the congregation as you go ahead and do it. There is a magic that occurs, I think, when we commit our energy, our heart, our will, our money, our time, and our love to something that we deem important. We have the satisfaction of knowing that we are contributing to something that matters to us. So this is how it's going to go. We're going to sing Shauna Carroll's song that she wrote for us called Gaia's Temple. We'll have the words up there as it happens. And we're going to ask at that time, we're going to ask Laura to go to the back of the aisle, and she's going to walk forward while we sing the song, and she's going to come right here. When she comes to the bottom of the aisle, she's going to be blessed with holy water by Tema Gotchberg, our vice president. And then she's going to be handed a booklet by our treasurer, Noemi Chaparro, and then she'll come up to the center here, and we will finish the song, and then you will read your dedication, and then the words for our welcoming to her dedication will show up there, and we will all speak that in unison. And then after that happens, then you will come back down onto the floor there, and Pam will hold the book open for you to sign the official membership ledger. So we will have your signature from from here on out, and then I will bless you with, and then Karina is going to pin you, because what would becoming a member of anything be like without jewelry? Sorry, it's a joke I tell every time, but I love that joke. And then I'm going to bless you with some holy oil, and you'll walk back down and then come back around, and you'll be an official member. Yay! So let's do it. So let's have the board members come on up here and take our places for what we're going to do for Laura in this process. You're going to go to the back of the aisle, and when we start singing, then we will tell you to come on. So you can go ahead and do that now. Is there room for one more member? There's always room for one more member. Did you want to become a member also, Aspen?
I missed the whole get a hold of you ahead of time.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what happens is we only have one booklet, but you can certainly share that, and I'll make sure you get a booklet next month. Okay. Yes, we have 2 new official members! All right. Great. And we have 2 pins. See how that works? So, the one thing that I do want to say about that water, because there's something very special about the holy water, there is a drop of ancient water in that bowl. Our congregant Julianne Kohlinger is a marine biologist, and when she was doing her internship, sorry, it's a quick little story, but it's a beautiful one, she went out on a ship during her internship, and they were taking samples of water from down in the deep, and they pulled up water that was like 2 miles below the surface out in the Pacific Ocean to pull up the samples to check for, salinity and all kinds of stuff. This water hasn't been touched or affected by anything on the surface of the planet in like 2,000 years. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the numbers wrong. It was 5 miles deep and 2,000 years since it's been affected by anything. So they bring it up and they take their samples, and then there was some left over, and she said, "What are you going to do with that?" And they said, "Oh, we're just going to toss it over the side." She was, "Wait a minute, I think I know somebody who wants that water." So there is a drop of that holy water in our water that you will be blessed with today. All right, let's do it. Go ahead and walk to the back there. We're going to start singing our song. Kathy. Remember the mother, remember her sacred ways. We, her children, rebuild the temple every day. She's our creator, the one who gave us birth. We live within her sacred grove of earth. Remember the mother, remember her sacred ways. We, her children, rebuild the temple every day. Know the ground is holy with every step we take. Gaia is living in every breath we take. Remember the mother, remember her sacred ways. We, her children, rebuild the temple every day. All right, ladies, you open up that booklet on the front left there are the words of your dedication. Go ahead and read that together, if you would.
As a member of Gaia's temple, I acknowledge and believe in the presence of the divine feminine as expressed in nature and the sentence of the earth. I dedicate myself to caring for Gaia in my words and actions, guided by the values of respect, love, peace, and integrity. I dedicate myself to honoring all life with relatedness and compassion. Blessed be my commitment.
And then we respond. Eric will put the words up for our response. We, the congregation of Gaia's temple, acknowledge, appreciate, and support your commission to the mission of our ministry. May your path be one of loving action and joyous fulfillment. We welcome you as a member of Gaia's Temple. Blessed be! Remember the mother. Come on back down. Remember her sacred ways. We, her children, rebuild the temple every day. No, then it's better. Where are we? La, 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 la. We live within her sacred grove of earth. Remember the mother. Welcome to Gaia's Temple. Blessed be. Rebuild the temple every day. Welcome to Gaia's Temple. Congratulations. Thank you so much. We take. Gaia is living in every breath we take. Remember the mother. Remember her sacred ways. We, her children, rebuild the temple every day. Congratulations! Woo! Thank you so much. You may all be seated. So, to the ones who are now newly official members of Gaia's Temple, to all of you who have already become official members, and to all of you who attend the services but who do not feel the need or do not like to become a member of anything, no matter how much it rocks. May we be as peaceful as we possibly can. May we work to be peace in the world, to may all the changes occurring, all the uncertainty, all the chaos, may that remind us that anything is possible and we are powerful in the best possible way. May we be the change makers, the cultural creatives, and those who bring peace and love into everything we do and to every way we are. Peace and love, my friends, peace and love. Blessed be. Blessed be. Whoop woo. Thank you. All right, well, I'll stop the podcast. Bye, everybody listening to the podcast. I never did that before. I never said goodbye to everybody listening to the podcast. It's like we've been listening to her for a while. She's starting to lose it, I think. This is where we open up the floor for our community prayers. If you have a prayer that you would like to offer, feel free to just speak out and say it. When you're finished with your prayer, say blessed be, so we know you're done, and we'll go on to the next person.
I'd like to say a prayer for my granddaughter and her son, that they have peace in their home.
Blessed be.
My prayer has a couple folds to it. For context, my beloved grandmother is transitioning into hospice right now. So first of all, I'd like to say a prayer of gratitude that medicine has gotten her this far. I'd also really like to say a prayer of gratitude that we could know that this was coming and that my family could drive down to see her and that she got to meet her great-granddaughter, my daughter. I will cherish that quality time that we've had with her forever. So that's the gratitude portion. And I'd also like to ask for a prayer of peace that however much time she has left in this realm, it's filled with as much comfort and peace and dignity as possible. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
I'd like to ask for prayers for myself as I explore additional treatments for my spinal cord tumor over the next couple of months.
Blessed be.
A prayer of healing for Patty Zaitlin.
Blessed be.
I would like to offer a prayer for all of us, because as I was visualizing dropping my personal armor, the first thought that came to me paid a lot for that money. I mean, for what I was dropping. Can I walk away from that? And actually, I could. So whatever armor you need to drop, let it go. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
A prayer of hope and healing for an old friend who was recently diagnosed with cancer and for his wife who's his caretaker. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Prayer of healing in general for myself and for our chronic illness buddies. It's been a rough couple of weeks and could all use a little bit extra. May the pain ease soon. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Prayer for my brother-in-law John and his wife Jenny, who are going through tough times right now as they sort out how they're going to move forward in their marriage, and if they are going to move forward or whether they will separate. I'm sending out prayers so that they have the strength to really look at what they want in their lives moving forward, and that whatever they choose brings them peace and happiness. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Prayer for my college classmate. May she understand that she's adequate in who she is.
Blessed be. May go, no, go.
My blessings to Bella, who died recently after telling her children for 20 years this was her last Christmas. And it was time for her to go, and her children are grateful but also sorrowful.
Mm-hmm.
So blessings to all of them in their process. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
And lastly, a prayer of gratitude for this beautiful community of Gaia's Temple, and for all of us who are listening either here or online, that may this ministry continue for many, many, many years to come. We love this ministry, we love this community, and we are so grateful that we have a place that we can worship the Divine Feminine and follow this path that we love so much. Blessed be.
Blessed be. I say we're done. May all our prayers, spoken and unspoken, be heard and answered. Blessed be. All right, I'm going to invite our treasurer, Noemi Chaparro, to come on up here to talk about this pledge drive that we begin. Ladies and gentlemen, Noemi Chaparro.
Well, I did bring it this year, those of you who have been around for a while.
Do you want to use that mic over there, Noem?
No, I don't think so. Can everybody
Yeah.
hear me okay?
Online can't hear you. Online can't hear you. Go ahead, just walk over there and use that.
All right. Hi, Zoom. So, it's been a couple of years since I've been up here to talk to everyone, and like everything else, we're still trying to figure it out. I think I remember what I need to say, and that is, first and foremost, thank you for, I couldn't disappoint. Thank you for all the support. We at Gaia's Temple have also needed to, make some changes through the pandemic and learn how to stay in touch with the community that we love so much. And unlike many out there, we've been able to keep our spiritual doors open, so we're so grateful for that. We've learned a lot about technology in these last 2 years, and still learning. Every January, we start an annual pledge. We ask our community and members of the congregation to make a commitment. And basically, how the commitment is determined is we look at our expenses and we say, well, what do we need to keep going? And generally, that comes to about $1 a day for every person that's attending Gaia's Temple on a monthly basis, about $30 a month. It's not an absolute number, it's just a target that we look for. And our dream is to have, at minimum, 30 people in the service every month. That would be ideal. We are so happy to see you return to the temple and this hall to celebrate with us, Gaia's Temple. And we hope that you look at the pledge forms that were on your chairs there and make a commitment. The reason we ask for a commitment is that that's the way we can plan for the year and understand what we can expect in terms of cash flow into the community, into our Gaia's Temple coffers, if you will, and keep going. And through that, we know what kind of services we can provide and events we can host for our community. So, wholeheartedly, we thank you for everything you've done so far to keep us going. Not only you who are here present, but those of you who are on Zoom and have been following us for these last 2 years that way and supporting us. And again, we thank you very much for being with us, and we hope that you continue to support us so we can grow this congregation. Thank you, and blessed be.
So our pledge drive goes from January through March, so you have 3 months to make that pledge, but the sooner the better. The more the merrier, that's what we say. And just to let you know also that we tithe 10% of what comes into our love offering baskets here at the service to other nonprofit organizations that are in alignment with our mission, vision, and values. We reviewed who those organizations are at our board retreat yesterday and have decided to add in Planned Parenthood. And so we will begin tithing to Planned Parenthood today, and that is the health centers that will keep working to ensure that we have access to healthcare services, education, and the access we need to control our own bodies, our own lives, and our own futures. So know that 10% of what you put in these love offering baskets will go to Planned Parenthood, and thank you in advance for your contributions. And we sing as we tithe. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your gifts of love today. Thank you, Mother Earth. We are following your way. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your gifts of love today. Thank you, Mother Earth. We are following your. One more time. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother. We are following your way. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you to Kathy Sestrap today on piano. Thank you so much, Kathy. Vocalist Robin Ozerkis. Thank you so much, Robin. And our fabulous musical director, Pamela Gerke. Woo, 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 woo. To the tech team here at Shoreline UU, thank you so much for helping us figure it all out. And to my beautiful board of directors, mwah, that's all I can say, that's all I can say. Well, actually, this is what I can say also. I have a closing thought, and the closing thought today is a gorgeous poem written by Shalane Harkin, and it is called Take a Stand. There's a story that's been going around called the patriarchy that has taken all of our breath away in its insidious suffocation of the truth of who we are. Some say the story serves men, but it doesn't. It profoundly enables men to stay hungry beasts instead of soaring golden eagles. And it does everything to deny women their inherent crowns. This story is beyond individual men, but it can give them a pass directly out of their humanity onto that sick perch of superiority whose position must be constantly maintained, always at the expense of women. Dear man, you didn't start this, but there's no need to be waiting around to be called out. It's time we all self-diagnose this terrible malady of being so far from our own hearts. There's no need to continue letting ancient, violent storytellers write our lives. Take up your pen like the sharpest sword. Fellows, you need to start wielding truth. Women, we are so much more than what the patriarchy has taught us we are. We are mountains filled with explosive light that can dazzle the gods and scintillate the stars. Men, you are so much more than what you have learned from the patriarchy. You are the power within the heart of gentleness. You are the courage seated on the throne of the heart's truth that doesn't stand down. Now is the time to stand up for all of this. Blessed be. All right, we're going to release the directions. Pam's going to blow out the candles as we go. Thank you, Mother, for the earth that is your body. Thank you, Mother, for the earth that is your body. Thank you, Mother, for the earth that is your body. Thank you, Mother, for your love. Thank you, Mother, for your love. Thank you, Mother, for the air that is your sweet. Make a circle around the room. Shall we make a circle around the room? It's going to be kind of a smaller circle, but we'll make it anyway. We're going to get Kathy in there too. Oh, hold on one second here. There we go. The circle is open and unbroken. May the love of the goddess go in our hearts. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woohoo! Okay, so let me,